I think a great example of the internet not being real life is the success of Avatar. Like, it's a movie nobody on the internet really talks about, and everybody loves to talk about how nobody talks about it. Oh, it has no cultural impact, no blah blah blah. Well, someone's going to see it.
Yeah. Well,
There's a
I
lot of
had said
people.
that I had said that for years, and I was pretty confident that it was going to bomb for like because they announced it like almost half a decade ago, or maybe more than that.
Hmm.
And I was just like, man, I can't wait for that to come out, so it just like egg on James Cameron's face. But
Hmm.
it's doing well, I think. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, it seems to be doing well. Depending on who you talk to, some people are like, "Oh, it's bombing, it's bombing." But then you look at the numbers in other places and you go, "It seems like it's on track to do big numbers." Like, we'll probably be seeing Avatar 3 and 4.
Yeah, whether or not there'll be legs in the coming weekends, I don't
Yeah.
know
That's
because
that's the big question.
we live in a very different culture from 2009.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, I don't know. I would prefer it to just go away. Essentially, I'm not quite sure why because I'm a little sick
What would
right
you
now,
want to
so
go
I'm a little
away?
foggy.
Avatar or
Avatar, the giant, disgusting, bloated, actively terrible summer blockbuster. Well, okay, Hollywood blockbusters.
Yeah, I was gonna say the summer blockbuster is not even a thing anymore.
No,
It's
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 not.
it's year round.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not. Everything is a blockbuster. Everything is Jaws now.
Everything's tentpole.
Everything's Temple. Thank you. Yeah, no, Jaws
Yeah.
is a good picture.
Hmm.
Um, it's Steven's best, probably.
Yeah.
Uh, what's not Steven's best is Fableman's.
I haven't seen Fablemans yet.
Neither have I. I'm just talking out of my ass. Yeah, I don't know. It would be nice if we got back to like middle class filmmaking again. By that I mean the 30-40 million dollar. It'd be great, even though we were talking about Taken the other day, and I said, despite Taken being this thing that excited everybody, uh, it's not a good movie. It's not a good action movie anyway. It's the action scenes are not great. Just it was kind of a victim of shaky cam. But it would be
Oh.
nice to see Taken in the theater every week, you know?
Hmm. It would be nice to get more of those tough guy action movies that aren't like these direct to video exploitation films where
Yeah.
we're abusing Bruce Willis, the Joe Biden of action stars, and
Yeah.
just like Liam Neeson was doing one of those a lot. Like, he was putting out one of those all the time, but
Yeah.
um
I
but
went to
there's
go
just
see them
not.
all.
I'm sorry.
I went to go see them all except for the Taken sequels. I saw Unknown, I saw Run All Night, I saw the more prestige one, the Walk Among the Tombstones or whatever it was
Yeah,
called.
there
The
was the
Scudder,
Gray, the Wolf Puncher one.
the Gray. Oh, yeah, I went to go see all of them, and then he effectively announced his retirement from those movies around the one on the, oh, that's right. He had two that were essentially the same films, the one on the train and the one on the plane. And but around Up All Night or maybe the plane one, I forget, he said, I'm not gonna do these anymore. But and he stayed true to that for about 5 years. And then all of a sudden he just went right back to it. He's done the Plowman one, which is part of the Simpsons universe. Uh, he did, he did he did the train one. He did one where he's Blacklight, right? Recently, there's
There's
just a lot.
Cold Pursuit too. There's
Cold
Cold.
Pursuit. That's the Plow one, I think,
Okay.
or maybe I don't know. I haven't seen any of them. There's one where he's there to save the Mexicans from the border crisis or something. I don't know. Like he's a sniper or he's a farmer. I have no idea.
He's a farmer.
He's a farmer.
I just
Old
want to
Mac-
farm my potatoes in
old
peace.
McDonald did some harm. Uh, yeah. He's a farmer. There's been like four or five in the past half decade, and so he's come back with a vengeance. And and I saw him recently in a photograph. I know they make him look better on screen, but in front of the camera. But he looks too old. He's like in his 70s now.
Yeah.
Like, don't do this. Like you are 5 steps away from being Clint Eastwood in that Rooster movie.
You know what he should do? Should go out with a bang, and he could do this at his age. because he has to look like crap in it anyway, is do another Darkman movie.
Oh, that's perfect. Yeah. No, he should. He should. He should do Darkman too.
Get back
Or
with
ignore. Do what they always do. Ignore the 2 and 3. Just
yeah, die Darkman die and but yeah, just get Sam Raimi back,
yes. Yeah.
do
Why
another
won't we do
Darkman
this?
flick. That would be so awesome.
Sam Raimi is not obviously is not the same filmmaker that he used to be even 20 years ago. So I'm perfectly happy with him doing either Darkman 2 with Liam Neeson or Spider-Man 4.
Yeah, I miss the energy of his Spider-Man movies because you can tell they're great because we got tons of memes out of them still to this day.
To this day, yeah.
Those are being memed to death, and it's because they're so expressive and there's so much energy and expressiveness with the characters and the actors. It captured something that I think is missing from these Marvel movies. And I tried watching his Doctor Strange movie. I think I made it like 15 minutes before I shut it off.
Yeah, I can't watch any of that stuff. I'll give you a little inside dope. It's not exciting, but would you believe if I told you that Peter Bogdanovich was in the editing room at least one day during the editing of Doctor Strange 2 Into the Multiverse, whatever it's called?
What?
Yeah.
Well, what you should do here, Sam, is do this little
I
Jimmy
Let me
Talks.
see. I was interviewing William Griffey yesterday, and we were talking about various things, and that's one of the things that came up because Bob Morosky, the Academy Award winner who edited um, all of Sam Raimi's films post a certain time, he's trying to. Bob is going to put out at some point in the coming months, maybe the first or second quarter of the new year. He's putting out Bill Griffey's, who's this regional filmmaker. He's, as I said earlier, he's if Herschel Gordon Lewis was competent.
Mm-hmm.
And he made this film in 72 or 3, maybe 4, called Impulse with Bill Shatner. It's one of Bill Shatner's like more well-known movies and media outside of Star Trek.
Okay.
Where Bill plays this sleazy murderer of rich women. I recommend it.
So he's playing himself.
He's playing himself. Yeah, totally. Yeah. He even drowns one at
Yeah.
one point. Yeah. uh, um. So anyways, Bob is trying to put out that for Grindhouse Pictures, the Sly Stallone, the Sage. Sorry, folks, I'm feeling really under the weather. The Sage Stallone, Sage Stallone and Bob Morosky put out this. They have a company called Grindhouse Pictures. I think you know
Yeah.
this, right?
Yep.
And whenever it is that they decide to release things, like once every 15 years, it seems like. So
Yeah.
the next one's going to be Impulse. And so he's been in talks with Bill Griffey, and so Bill and him have been in communication. And while he would call Bill, um, they would be him, Frank Marshall, who I'm not sure what the connection is there with the Doctor Strange project is, but Frank Marshall was there and Bob was there, and I guess they were watching TCM while they were editing, and one of Bill's movies was on the air. The Curse of Tartu, and so they called Bill Griffey. That is, they called Griffey up to say, "Hey, guess what's on TV right now?" Or like, "What?" Bill has this Slim Pickens type voice, and he's like, "Oh, look, the Curse of Tartu, and also, you know who else is here? Peter Bogdanovich." Let me see. Let me see if that even coincides with any kind of reality. When did Peter Bogdanovich die? Recently, right?
Yeah, it was like in the spring.
Oh, okay, yeah, then that's definitely possible because apparently Bob was on. Uh, I don't know about editing, but he was on that project for 14 months. So
Wow.
yeah, all for nothing. It sounds like. Seems like it's unwatchable.
I started watching it and I just the sarcastic quippy dialogue. There's some protagonist I don't care about, who some Zoomer protagonist running around, and I'm just who's a girl boss, and so I immediately can't stand her. You
Yeah.
know,
Zoomer, Gen Z. Finally, it was as late as I think 2019, where the de facto label for all young people was still millennial.
oh yeah,
I
um,
think I think post COVID that's changed dramatically now.
it
I s
has. Anytime I hear people complaining about millennials, I go, no, 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 no.
Yeah,
Millennials are hitting 40, bro. Like you're complaining about Zoomers.
yeah,
You know,
and honestly, I mean, Gen Alpha is gonna have to start taking a lot of the brunt of complaining pretty soon. Netflix has I don't know why I keep getting these on YouTube. They must be advertisements or something. But like these videos where 15 minutes of Cat Williams, 15 minutes of this, and there was one where 15 minutes of raising Zoomers, and it was all these stand-up comedians, Amy Schumer, Dave Chappelle, and I was just like, I'm pretty sure most of these people don't raise Zoomers. They're raising like 3-year-olds.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
so now Zoomers is going to be the big label for young people for like the next 10 years, probably, even though
Yes,
they're talking about Gen A.
yeah.
Uh,
Why are they called Generation Alpha? Is it because like Andrew Tate's there or something, or they're all being raised by
no,
Andrew
I
Tate on
think I think
TikTok?
the reasoning is that the alphabet's starting again because Gen Z, so it's the end of
Oh,
the alphabet.
okay,
So they have to start at Gen Alpha, so Gen
fair
B or
enough.
whatever it would be.
I just didn't know if it was they were all like
They're
10
all
and
going to
8.
be, swole
They're all
Shibas or whatever.
they're all going to be alpha males.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
No,
if
yeah,
everyone's an alpha male, then nobody is. How do
true,
you like that?
true, yeah. Well,
Um,
something to think about.
but yeah, it's the midnight millennial cowboys here. None of those lame Gen Xers here.